Okay, now let us get into this evidence coming from France News 24. Now, this one is mighty interesting, right? And let us get into the evidence because I want you to see how the justice system give these individuals a slap on the wrist. And this case reminds me a bit of Jimmy Savile, right? It reminds me a bit of Jimmy Savile. Let's get into this evidence, right? Austrian corsage star gets suspended jail term for child porn. A Vienna court sentenced the star of the award-winning film Corsage about the free-spirited Austrian Empress Sisi to a 2-year suspended prison term Tuesday for possessing and producing a huge stash of child pornography. Huge is an understatement. It was massive. Let's continue. Florian Tech-Mister, who played Emperor Franz Joseph in the movie, admitted having around 76,000 media files of minors. Let's go over that number. 76,000 media files of minors. The judge said he must also undergo psychiatric treatment to rein in his pedophile tendencies and ban him from drinking or taking drugs. The court said that if he breaks the conditions, he risks being placed in a center for mentally ill offenders. That's where it should have gone in the first place. Let's just continue. I sincerely and deeply regret my actions and would like to apologize, Tech-Mister said before the verdict was pronounced. Prosecutor Julia Kalmar had requested a prison sentence, rightly so, insisting that consumers of child pornography determine the market, even if Tech-Mister did not molest the child himself. Around 47,000 of the seized files had depictions of minors aged between 7 and 14 years, with the remaining showing young people between 14 and 18. The court heard that the 43-year-old Austrian actor had created collages, made slideshows, and video sequences altering a total of, listen to this number, 34,600 files himself. No, this man just basically got a slap on the wrist, right? Now we have a situation where they are saying that the case prompted the Austrian government to tighten penalties for child pornography after leading politicians condemn the ridiculously low punishment. You hear? For 76,000. The man just get a slap on the wrist. Right? It's just, there is even a part in the article that is saying that individuals around this man knew about his criminal behavior and they did not report him. And I believe that. I don't think this man acted alone. Right? I don't think he acted alone. And even though they said that he's not charged with offending a child, there is no evidence for that. Right? But I believe he probably start offending. You don't have 76,000 files, right? Pornography files of minors, and you're not offending, right? People have no files and they're offending. And you have 76,000. We just can't prove it, right? But what takes me back is the ridiculously low sentence. What takes me back is a slap on the wrist. And I noticed that when people commit these horrific crimes against children and they're in a particular position, they usually get a slap on the wrist, right? The further up the food chain you go, the less likely you are to be punished. But the further down the food chain, you are severely punished. This is a very dark world we're living in, and people need to understand. Don't get impressed by people's profession, people's money, people's position, and understand the world that we're living in, right? We need to seek the face of the Most High. Let us pray and say, glory be to the Most High.